I first became involved with the church's Conservation Trust primarily out of a love for one particular building, one church, which was St Catherine's, which is in Chislhampton. My partner's ancestors actually built the church, and it holds a very special place in our heart. They're living, breathing buildings that need constant repair, and you know, there's no sort of there's no bottomless pit of money waiting to look after them. I've held events that haven't necessarily made a lot of money, but people have come through the door. Some events I wish I'd charged more for. It's amazing how generous people are.
I recently shot a feature film in West Ogwell Church. Really fantastic location. It's up on a hill, it's got an amazing tower. We were really thrilled at how helpful the representative from CCT was when she arrived to show us around the church. We ended up choosing West Ogwell in particular because of the quality of light and just the quality of the building. I mean, even beyond artistic endeavors, which, you know, they're obviously really beautiful spaces, we talked about maybe even having a screening of the film in the church once we finished.
King's Lynn has always been very dear to my heart, and St Nicholas is probably more so than any of the other buildings. The campaign fund has been very successful. The local community, in the form of the Friends of St Nicholas's Chapel, have been holding many functions in the chapel. They held a festival of angels, and it was just, it was unbelievable. Those that I have sort of requisitioned into giving me assistance and have connections not only in Norfolk but in the City of London have been very responsive. You meet people that you don't normally meet, and that actually opens up your sort of base of contacts, which makes life so much more interesting.
I'm a patron of the CCT, and that means that I pay a sum of money each year, and I get involved very closely in the things that the CCT does. When I was a boy, I lived in Nottinghamshire in the Midlands, and there was a local church which was very run down but not actually closed at the time. And then years later, after I'd moved away from the area, I found out that it had been closed down, was pretty derelict, and had come into the care of the CCT. And over the years, I occasionally saw it in slow repair, you know, and obviously not making very quick progress. And I wanted to help. And you know, as you get older, you get the chance to help on these things. And really, that was the trigger for me getting involved. I think it's a very sophisticated organisation. You know, they really try to get into the problem of the area and work out how they can help them.
It seems to me that fundraising is a valuable skill for anyone working in any charity across Europe today. There are many different ways of fundraising. You can do community fundraising, or major donor fundraising, or applications to trusts and foundations, and that these types of fundraising all require very different skills. And what I've learned is how to start these different efforts in different ways, which I think will be very valuable for me in the future, in my future career. So for somebody who's a bit unsure about fundraising, I would recommend going to the training to get the overview, because it shows you a bit more on how your role fits into the chain of events, that it's not a case of you seeing somebody and asking them for money and then they give it to you and that's successful fundraising, but it's a chain of people working together. What really impressed me with the CCT when I first came on board was that there is so much more to this organisation than what you first think. It goes down to the real grassroots level, with involving volunteers and involving all stages of people giving both their time and their money towards saving these buildings. And I find that absolutely inspiring.
There are people doing amazing work all over the country for the Church's Conservation Trust, and together we can really save large numbers of these beautiful historic buildings. Whether you're someone that just loves a local church or loves visiting churches or really believes in the wider cause, we need you to help us, whether it's putting £1 in the wall safe, joining our membership scheme or becoming part of a campaign to save a whole church. Please join us. Thank you to all those who've worked with us. We must redouble our efforts now, and together we can save England's heritage.